Right. Let's get started. Oh, man. So, oh, God. Oh, I'm tired. Alright. So, CHEK has been going up in the last, 30 minutes, coming up at 7 o'clock. Is there actually any news on it? FDA approval for something, so I assume it's biotech. Been a lot of biotech companies popping lately. Let's check this out. FAMI just coming up at 7:30. Like it's coming up on good volume. Would have liked to have bought on this first dip, but I didn't check the scanners that quickly. See if this dips back down a little bit, see if I can get a buy on it. If it's just as good as CHEK here, should get a pretty good move up. It's already moved up 79%, so quite a bit. Pulling back a little bit. CHEK didn't pull back nearly as much as it was coming up, but we'll give this a chance, see if it comes back up through the highs. Pushing back up right now. A little trouble holding above 250. Seems to be holding. Next candle's in 10 seconds. So I'm gonna buy some. What? Yeah. Bongo's not working here. Sick. I don't have active trader on. Trader in. Why is doing it? Question. Huh. Make sure everything get back in. Yeah, I don't know why. So, I guess I'll just be clicking for the time being today. I don't know what's going on. Very strange. So, we just had two pullbacks. I tried to find the first pullback. Apparently, my bongo setup is not functioning right now. I don't know why. The button seems to be getting pressed fine, but for some reason my TD isn't taking the hotkeys properly. Looks like I have everything set. Right. What's going on with it? Enable and enable it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So, guess I will not be using the hotkeys for the time. Quite a few things coming up. FAMI just coming up. CHEK still looking really good. PLIN also coming up. Watch here. I don't know what's going on with them. They're acting a little weird right now. So I guess I will just be manually clicking the buttons like some kind of heathen. See,
Yo, what's up?
I don't know, the bongo is not working right now.
What's the issue?
I don't know. So the hotkeys are manually working, but for some reason the bongo like shift letters aren't working. I don't know why.
Like, if you open Notepad, do they type out letters or no?
Yeah, it does. But for some reason it's not getting picked up on my my TD. Oh, maybe it's because I didn't run my command prompt as admin before I so cheers. See if I open up my admin. That might be issue. All right. All right. So stock's still coming up. So the shares I bought are fine right now. Hold what I'm holding down to 290. Otherwise, we want to look for the move up through 320. It's already moved up so much though, and it's really unfortunate. I tried to buy down at 250, but my bongos pooped out on me. I think. Let me try. All right, yeah. So it was because I didn't run my command prompt as administrator. So it seems to be working fine now. Yeah, dude, I'm so beat. I don't know if it's like from daylight savings, but I am tired this morning, dude.
Jeff finally showed up. I'm bringing it into work today.
Oh, nice.
Took like 2 weeks. I don't know why.
You know, it finally got here though.
Yeah.
All good. Um, God, dude, it's very unfortunate. This stock's pretty, pretty extended now. It's gone up 100% in the last 10 minutes. So, I don't know how much of a more of a move to get on this, at least for right now, before it consolidates for a little while. But see if it drops down below 290 here. If it drops down below 290, I'll sell it. Otherwise, I'll hold, looking for the continuation of the move up. A few other things popped up quite a lot this morning, so it seems like stocks are moving this morning. Seems like it's gonna be a good morning, at least so far. And, Monday is like kind of like the feeler day to see how everything goes. So hopefully, if it goes well this morning, then the rest of the week will be good. Dropping right now, so I'm just gonna sell off this stuff. Yeah, it didn't get in at a good price just because I was having some bongo issues there. um, PLIN also popped up, but PLIN is pulled back completely. GameStop's still holding up pretty well. Closed down to 60s on Friday, and now it's sitting at right near 280. So GameStop looking really good. And then yeah, CHEK and FAMI are the two that probably gonna be touching at the moment, just because they've made the biggest moves so far, have the highest volume. They're just overall looking the best. CHEK in the last 45 minutes has traded 18 million shares. So looking P good. See if it holds up. Oh God, oh, I'm tired. Carly ended up getting her vaccine appointment today, so she's going to get vaccinated. It's good. Take that.
Good day. Trying to get the car fixed?
My car, no,
Their car?
I think I'm supposed to get it back tomorrow. So I'm still driving the old loaner car.
What about Carly's exhaust?
What about Carly?
Some better exhaust. Then
Oh
she have to
yeah,
get her.
that is yeah getting replaced. So my car is in the shop. So is Carly's. So we both have loaner cars right now. ALT just popped up, but it doesn't really look like too much is going on with it. So I'm not gonna watch that one until it comes up a little bit more. Yes, it's quite good. Carly gets vaccinated because she's going back to school full time in April. So yeah. Um, so because she's going back to school full time, it's at least it's better for me if she's vaccinated because I don't want to get wrecked. We just got someone at our work is potentially exposed last week and got wrecked.
Yeah, please. I'll probably be fine. You never know.
Yeah, dude, how crazy is it though? Like Jordan said it on Saturday, right? So it's like someone clearly had already gone for a test for some reason and then went to the gym. Because like there's no way they would have gotten the results back that quick. So like why would you get a COVID test and then go to the gym? Cuz like presumably you got a COVID test for a reason.
Well, he sent it out yesterday.
Well, I mean still, like that's only 2 days. The tests take like 3 days to come back, don't they?
The rapid ones are like 1 to 2 days.
Yeah, it's just like how you going to the gym if you feel sick?
So he's like, why go to the gym? Period.
Yeah, I mean, but especially it's like if you found out on Sunday you were sick, then that means at the minimum you would have had to take the test. I feel like you couldn't have taken it on Saturday and gotten back on Sunday. You think you can? I guess maybe you
Oh,
can.
probably nowadays, yeah.
But like, come on. You telling me you didn't feel anything on Friday? You still went to the gym anyway? Messed up, dude.
And he's like, this is why you don't go to the gym, boys.
Yeah, this is why you don't go to the gym. That's true.
You could get COVID.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, he's been exposed to COVID. Have I been exposed to COVID? No, I have not. All
You
I'm
know, I
saying.
get that logic.
Just work out at home. Get some adjustable weights. CHEK coming back up right now. A little bit. 5 minute looks alright. See if it holds here. Volume's good on all these candles leading up to the little dip. I think we're looking good for a trade on this if it comes up. Breaks through this $3.50, really. What we want to look at. Take a trade above that. FAMI kind of pulled back quite a bit, unfortunately. So it's not looking spectacular. DHEK up on this. Alright. Why am I 5 minutes? 1 minute. That. Now we're looking for. See, if it comes up over 350, I want to take the trade on it. And then cut it as it's coming down through 320 probably. And hold first price target up to like 375 as it pushes through there. Maybe up towards 4 depending on how strong it looks. The volume's still looking really good. Everything looking pretty good on this stock. Gone up quite a bit. ACER was up earlier today, but I think it's pulled back quite a bit. Holding below VWAP right now. Could be looking better. OCUP was also up, and yeah, that looks really bad now. GME kind of just trading on no shares right now. We'll see how it goes with that. I could see it making a run back up this week, definitely. I mean, it's already pretty far up, so I could see it going even higher. CHEK putting another red 5-minute candle. So now, as it comes back up here, in 2 minutes, we hit 750. On the next 5-minute candle, if it pushes back up through 350, it's probably where I would buy. But 1-minute candle's moving up right now, so might have to take a buy on this for the high of the new 1-minute candle. See if it comes up. He's struggling at 340 here. So I'm gonna take some shares. And then again, we'll hold this down to 320, and then we want to see it move up through 350. Stock's been really strong, so I'm trying to take shares a little early here just in case it goes off without me. So I want to be in the move. And then in just about a minute, we'll see the next 5-minute candle, and we'll see what happens with that. FAMI coming back up a little bit, but on the 5-minute, still got a ways to go. So I don't think I'm gonna take a trade on that until it comes back up a little bit more. The 5-minute on CHEK is looking much better. ALT was the last thing that popped up. We looked at that. It kind of just wasn't really doing too much. Popped up a little bit, but immediately pulled it back. So not really anything that we want to trade. Right, 30 seconds until the next 5-minute candle starts. But overall, the market's looking quite nice this morning. Hopefully, continues looking good this week. Several things popped up over 100% this morning. We didn't catch any of them, but still looking good for the rest of the week. We see strength like that continue. So new 5-minute. We'll see if this ends up pushing over 350. Looks like it's pushing up a little bit right now, but it's kind of struggling. Right, 345. Add a few more shares as it comes up through 350. Otherwise, we're just going to hold what we have right now. Getting quite a bit of coming up. Right, 45. Yeah, it's struggling a little bit here. It might need a little bit more time before it comes up. A lot of buying coming in though. So the last 1 minute was kind of weak. What we would have liked to have seen is this 1 minute break up through 350. That would be also the new high, or break of the 5 minute candles. But we did not see that, so might need a little bit more time. There was quite a bit of buying, but every time it hit like a cent higher, it immediately sold off. This might be a case of people trying to short it, and if we start breaking above these highs, go back above 355, push through 376, we might have some of these shorts have to cover. That'll push us up to 4, hopefully. Right now it's holding right around 340. So it's still looking really good. And now VWAP is fairly close to the low that we're looking to bounce off of if we do fall. So that's also a good sign. God, yeah, I think just having the worst time trying to get over 45 here. Buying and selling seem to be fairly evenly matched, but also significantly less volume than we've seen earlier in the day. So I might just have to wait until it rips in one direction. Hopefully, when it comes up, people will start buying in again. Alright, pushing up, 345. Alright. So bought a couple more shares. It's pushed up to 350. If we end up pushing above 350. Time. To 349, but seems to be quite a bit of selling coming into that. Keeps bouncing off of it. Check the level 2 the next time it comes up here. Alright, so it just broke through 350. Good to see. Now we want it to hold above 350. I bought 10 more shares since we seem to hold above 350 on this 1 minute. Now we want to see it go back up to 375 and then up to 4. Holding above 350 here would be pretty nice. Not great. Falling down a little bit. Really wanted to see a better break through 350. Kind of unfortunate. This 5 minute candle now, if it doesn't close above 350, the 5 minute candle is not looking great. Pushed up a little bit now, so we only got 5 seconds left on this 5 minute. Closing above 350 would be pretty crucial here. So we closed at 350. It's still pretty good. So we saw this kind of thing a little bit last week where it's a lower float stock and it made like a really good move originally, but then throughout like the first long period of consolidation, it starts trading like it's like a high float stock, very, very tight ranges. You usually don't see that in low floats. Saw that a little bit last week. So right now I'm holding 50 shares at $3.45. And it's still holding above 350, so we're still looking good. And like I said, first price target is going to be around 375. See how these 1 minutes do here. Still looks like it's holding up really well. But I also don't want to get caught out here and just get it turned around on me. So if we seem like we're dropping a little bit, I might take a few shares off just to get a few dollars in. We'll see where the rest of the shares go. Dropping a little, but seems to be getting bought up just fine. I really want to see as it's getting closer to the pre-market high, I want to see, more buying come into it. This last candle had good volume on it, so I want to see more candles like that. Yeah, this last 1 minute candle is really good. Less than half the volume of the previous candle. It's a red candle, but very, very light volume. It's what we want to see. Yeah, I mean, still, it's trading very, yeah, like I said, very tight range, which you wouldn't expect to see. You'd think that a lower float stock like this would be more volatile. I guess it is 40 million share float, but it was moving like it was like a 5 million share float earlier today. It's gonna be a crazy move. Right, coming back up. Other stuff that we were looking at kind of hasn't really done much. FAMI still pulling back. It looked like it was potentially going to come back up, but then it rolled over. ALT came up, but that really wasn't much to look at. ACER pulling back even further now, and then GameStop still kind of just chilling. This is really, I feel like, the one to watch right now. Seems to be moving the best. It's closest to its highs. Pretty good. So it just broke down through this 1 minute, which is not great. So now, I mean, we might have to hold through a pullback here on the 5 minute. It's coming down pretty hard. We'll see how this candle ends. Close below 350, which is not great. So really, we'd want this to hold above like 332. As long as we're still holding above there on the 5 minute, I think we're looking good. Would have liked to have seen the breakout on this last push. And like as we put in a red candle, then we put in this green candle on the 1 minute. As we pulled back through this green candle around 355, this might have been a place to take profit. But I was hoping that we'd get the move back up, so I didn't take any profit off. I'm still holding my 50 shares. And then, yeah, so looking for hopefully no lower than like 330. And if it drops down through 330, then we'll have to close out the position. But still looking strong, very close to its pre-market high. So I don't think there's really too much to worry about now. The pullback was on really light volume, so the trend still stands. Nothing else really seems to be going on, so I'm fine with holding what I have right now. If something else started coming up, I might sell off this position if it looked like something else was looking significantly better. as I say this, something just popped up that potentially looks significantly better. So it's a lower price stock, but certainly high volume. So it's over. See if it comes back up through 194. I'm gonna keep CHEK in another window, and I'm gonna sell it off. So HSTO coming up on news, presumably 8 o'clock. Yeah. I'm gonna buy some shares as we're coming up here. Just got a few shares, like 185, 186. And then I'll hold these down to 170. Looking for a move above $2. Oh. Another stock just popped up out of nowhere. So just broke above a pre-market high, 194. Tapped 195. But not holding up super well, unfortunately. What the hell just went on with this thing? NTEC. So this thing's dropping now. Just TO. I was hoping to get some movement like we did on some of these other stocks today, so I'm going to sell off the shares I'm holding. But it came up and then immediately went back down, so not really too much to do there. NTEC just popped up. He's going crazy. Pretty light volume for the move that it just made. Went from $5, it's now at $13. So pretty insane move. It's a 3 million, 4 million share float stock, so fairly low float stock. What is the news on this? Oh, merger. Intech Pharma and Decoy Biosystems merger. Don't really know what that tells me about the price, to be honest with you. When you do a merger, there's no set price, right? It's just like, you'd think if you do a merger, it would be like the combination of the two prices, right? If both of them are listed. Or is that just like smooth brain talk?
I know one of them can like buy out the other company for like stock deal instead of cash, but it definitely depends on the deal.
Yeah, I don't think they just add the two stock prices together.
Well, I'm saying like wouldn't investors think that that would be well, not I guess not two stock prices, but wouldn't it be like market cap of the two divided by shares that are going to be available for the two?
Nah, not necessarily. I think one would like quote unquote buy the other one with stocks,
Mm-hmm.
and then they do some math to like figure out what the price would be.
See.
But with the mergers, there's always like the quote unquote like synergy factor. So ideally, it's like
That's
more than
synergy
just your mar
factor.
like it's more than just your market cap
Yeah,
added. Should
yeah,
like otherwise it wouldn't make sense to do it. But like if you both like market cap times two because you guys work better together, then it's like that makes sense.
yeah.
But what do I know? Could be
CHEK,
anything. Like what I'm saying.
CHEK is not looking good at the moment. This merger thing, I kind of want to take a trade on it, but very high price. AZS coming up, another one. Uh, COVID news. Yeah, CHEK, I'm gonna sell off the shares that I had in this. Seems to be dropping, so. Unfortunate. That way you do. Getting wrecked this morning. AZS was coming up, but kind of just not really doing too much at the moment. A lot of shares traded on it though. Like to keep NTech on launch somewhere. Because it made such a nice move, but still very light volume, unfortunately. CHEK, not really looking that great. I don't love it. FAMI. FAMI has pulled back like literally all its move. Don't like that either. GME is just chilling. So watch AZS for now and NTech, but it looks like NTEC's pulling back pretty significantly. It popped up on that merger news and then seems to be coming back to earth. AZS trading significantly less shares on these second and third candles. I don't know if that's one I'm going to take a trade on. Unfortunately. Yeah, man, some really good ones popped up this morning. CHEK coming up at 7 o'clock was insane. What a move this thing made. I tried to buy it. I tried to buy FAMI as it came up at 7:30. My bongos were non-functional. Very sad. So missed my trade on that. And then CHEK moved up at 7 o'clock. So a little bit before I started trading. Quite unfortunate because it made such a nice move. But everything's looking pretty strong today. So the things that are coming up on news even are, coming up, twice as high percentage wise as we've seen in the last 3 weeks. Last week was a little bit better. There was quite a few good stocks last week. So hopefully that continues this week. I am tired though. Whew. Daylight savings time taking it out of me. You gotta wake up or when you wake up at like 6 in the morning, feels bad. An eye on CHEK. I sold it as it came down through 330. Just because it wasn't looking that great. Made a false breakout in the 5-minute. I'm just not in love with this at the moment. The last 2 candles have been fairly high volume red candles compared to everything else that's been going on. Except for these 2 candles back here. Still has the potential to go back up, but it definitely was having a really hard time pushing up as it came up towards the pre-market highs back here at like 365. We'll see if it makes a move back up there, but I probably won't trade it unless it's looking strong. And I got a meeting this morning at 9 o'clock, so head out a little bit early. Like 8:45 or 8:50. Not really too much else popping up right now, unfortunately. CHEK is really the only thing that's held its move really at all. NTC is pulled back a lot. Yes. Also kind of just hanging out, not really doing too much. Some of the other stuff we saw this morning, ACER. That had come up quite a bit closer to 4 o'clock in the morning, but has now come down pretty significantly. Yeah, that's really everything that had popped up today. CHEKZ popped up, but that's like, I thought I had filtered all of those out. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's like the warrants for the stock. It's just like a different like class. So super light volume, only going up because CHEK itself is going up. So definitely not worth trading. CHEK coming up a tiny bit, but really getting pulled back down. Seeing higher volume on the red candles now, which definitely not what you want to see. So I don't know if this is going to end up being one that we trade again for the rest of the day. Maybe as it comes into the open, more volume coming in, got some new buyers and stuff. I could definitely see it coming back up, but it seems to be struggling right now. But still holding above VU up. So it's always that chance. ESA just popped up. Lighter volume, so we didn't get the beginning of this move. Popped up on news at 10. News on a COVID study. So we've seen a lot of that. A lot of COVID news recently. I feel like the COVID news, since we're like so late in the game, I feel like it hasn't been as strong as a catalyst, I guess. Some of the other stuff that we've seen moving up has been more like FDA approval for like random things that are not related to COVID. SLGG popping up. SLGG, yeah, SLGG was this esports company that we were looking at like a couple weeks ago. This thing went from like, it was like chilling near $3. Then it went up to $9 within like 2 days. So thing is definitely making moves. Unclear why. I don't know if any news ever came out on it. Actually, let's check. I think something came up today on it. But it might just be like, SLGG is moving up in the pre-market. They're working with Top Golf for esports sponsorship or partnerships. I don't know what that is. But maybe that was like the news that people were speculating on last week. I think people were speculating that they were going to get like acquired by GameStop or something. So that obviously didn't happen. It's popping up, but the volume is pretty light right now, so be a little bit more careful here. But people have seen this in the last couple weeks, so people see a stock that they recognize that's moved up recently, they suppose maybe more likely to jump on it. I don't know if I'm gonna take a trade on this though. The volume's a little light, a little bit light. This candle, coming in right now is a little bit higher in volume. So We see this make a little bit of a pullback at some point, and then push back up. We'll take a trade on it, but this last candle was a little bit too light on volume for me to want to buy going into this. Really, the only thing moving up right now, though. CHGK kind of pulled back a little bit. Somewhat expected. Nothing else really coming up on news at 8:15. And SLGG coming back down a little bit right now. Yeah, the volume's a little questionable. I doubt I'm going to take a trade on this. Taking a few trades this morning, but none of them really worked out too spectacularly. Had some profit on CHEK, but we are looking to hold up to the pre-market highs and then try to take profit near the pre-market highs, and unfortunately it kind of fell off on the push up to there. So. Like I said, there was a point to sell where it put in a red candle, then put in a little bit of a green candle, and at this point we would have liked to have seen the move straight back up through to the high of day, and then once it put in another red candle here, this might have been a little bit of an indicator to sell. I thought the stock still looked pretty strong, so I wanted to continue to hold to see if we get the move back up. Fortunately, it did not happen. What are you going to do? SLGG pulling back now. Even the pullback on very light volume, though, well, fairly light volume compared to how much this candle back here was. So putting, over 100,000 shares, and then on this big red candle here is 50,000 shares. So there looks to be less people trying to buy it up, even if there was comparatively small selling volume, and still push the price much more significantly than that buying volume on the previous candle. People just aren't buying it up, and if people aren't buying it up, then it's not worth taking the taking the time and money to take a trade on it. When you see a pullback like that, you want to see, even if it dips down quite a bit, you want to see it like reclaim a lot of that as it comes back up, especially on like the first candles in a breakout like that. Now it's just pulling back even more. Entech, yeah, come up on merger news at 8, but not really doing too much now. Quite unfortunate. And I guess we'll just keep an eye on GME for the time being. It seems like today a lot of these like breakout news moves have just been insane. So maybe the bots are in a full trading mode this morning. Pretty much half the stuff we saw pop up on news went up 50% within like the first minute or two. And then quite a few of them have gotten up, upwards of 100%. NTEC was up over 100% at one point. ACER was up over 100%. CHEK is still up over 100%. FAMI was up over 100%. So, quite a lot of movers this morning. Fortunately, it's very difficult to catch a lot of that move because it happens pretty much before you can even realize it as it hits the scanner. A few of these, EDSA, one that popped up earlier, by the first time it hit the scanner, it was already up 50% on the day. So, not something you can really catch. These bots are just out here buying stuff up as soon as news comes out on them. Super people just messaged me, and I probably won't get my car back till Wednesday. Feels bad. Yeah, the loaner car they gave me is actually pretty nice, though. Like a new Outback. Yeah, fan. Worked pretty well. The head unit actually is really nice. HEK here. Feeling like it's trying to make a move back up. So this is a new high on the 5 minute above 345. We'll see how it fares in this 350 area. Last time it came up to 350 when we were trying to take a breakout on it, it struggled pushing above 350. What it does here. Seems like it's having similar difficulties this time around as well. We'll see how this 1 minute candle closes. Close at 349, so it's actually looking pretty nice right now. The thing I'm worried about is what we saw last time, where there's a similar thing where pretty much all the way from $3.20 up to 365, this thing was just moving. You know, put in almost no pullback the entire time. It just kept going up. So now we're kind of seeing the same thing coming down from 325 up. Not really any pullback on the entire way up here. Talking about. So this is an initial move from down here all the way up to here. Very nice move. And hard pullback. You know, a lot of red candles in a row here. And now we're seeing something similar where we're pushing up on a bunch of green candles in a row. And yeah, this is what I'm worried about. High volume red candle coming in, so seems like it's selling into these highs again. Not what you want to see. As long as this 5 minute candle though closes above 345, it's still looking okay. Again, I probably won't end up taking a trade on this until it breaks above 365 and then pulls back a little bit. Just because I want to see some strength coming into it before I do anything. God, I wish I had like a Gatorade or something. I require sugar. All I have is water to sustain me.
Were you up at 4 a.m. again?
No, I wasn't up at 4, but I got up at 6 because of like daylight savings time, right? It's like essentially the same as getting up at 5 as of like 2 days ago.
Yeah, for sure.
So daylight savings is just a killer, man. And then I went to sleep too late last night. Definitely beat right now. I was like sitting there this morning, like looking at the banana suit, and I was like, "Do I have the energy to put this banana suit on?" It's definitely a internal struggle in my brain. But, you know, I powered through. Put the banana suit on. It's a quick day today anyway, since I'll probably be getting off at like 8:45 because I got a meeting at 9. Well, you know that. So the 5 minute candle held up on CHEK, but you know, pretty weak breakout for a new 5 minute candle. So I'm not loving the way it's looking. This 1 minute candle is pulling back now too. So this is pretty much why I didn't take a trade on it. You know, it's been looking. I mean, the stock itself looks really strong, and I think as long as it holds up over the next hour, I think coming into the open, this is going to be definitely the one to watch. It's moved up 120% already. Holding above VWAP at the moment. Still holding very close to its pre-market highs. So I definitely think this is the one to watch. As we're getting closer to the open, but it's been looking real weak right now. So I think we're gonna have to wait until we get some more, some new blood in the stock before this thing starts going up. I have a feeling the same people who have been watching this since 7 o'clock are pretty much the only people still watching it, so they're either just holding their position or they're waiting for another good buy opportunity before they get in. I haven't looked at the daily on this. Check the daily out on this. HEK. So, long time ago, it had very high price. In recent times, though, I mean, it's over the recent highs right now, which is $3. Unfortunately, the day that it pushed up close to $3, it pretty much pulled back the entire move. So, that's not great. As far as previous highs, let's see here. So 365 is looking maybe like something here. Just what we tapped off of. Closer to $4 though. It looks like 4 going up into 420. Probably gonna see some resistance in that area if we do push back up. And then, yeah, as I said, like as we go further back, it's a higher and higher price, so we're gonna encounter some resistance on the way back if it moves back up again. Nothing really popped up since SLGG did earlier today. So we're just kind of waiting to see if anything starts moving. CHEK pushing back up again. Looking slightly stronger this time. Higher volume on this green candle. See what the next few candles do. Maybe we'll get some buying coming back into this. Alright right now. That 365 area is kind of some place we want to watch, just because it bounced off 365, double topped off of it last time. Quite a bit of resistance even back here, close to this 365 level. So, close to a triple top off of 365. So that's really the level we want to watch coming into this. See if we can break up above it. If we break up above it and then maybe get a little bit of pullback, then we come back up through 375, then we'll take a trade on it. Otherwise, we're just gonna watch it. SLGG had popped up, but pulled back pretty much everything. Let's go through the list. NTEC, absolutely nothing going on with it. ACER, nothing going on with it. OCUP had popped up earlier today, but yeah, it's complete trash now. GME sitting at 275, so a little bit lower than its pre-market high, but still holding up really well. PLIN, yeah, it's terrible. FAMI, also looking pretty terrible. Pulled back 50% of the move. Really, CHEK, the only one to watch at the moment. And even it's looking a little questionable in the pre-market. It's moved up quite a lot, but now it's been consolidating in this little area between 320 and 360 for the last 45 minutes or something like this. It's going to take some new people to jump into this to get this to break through. Just hit 830. No news popping up though. Hoping maybe if we get some Some more tickers on the watch list. ZKIN popped up. Just moved up 50%. Higher priced stock, so something you want to be a little bit more careful of. Also one that I've seen pop up before, so it's not the first time I've seen this ticker. Let's see. A's international subsidiary X Sigma enters non-fungible token market. What the hell is that? Oh, they made an NFT platform. I guess the people are into those right now. NFTs are so hot right now. INVO just came up. Pretty light volume, so not anything too crazy there. People love NFTs right now. So CHEK really still the one to watch, I think. DKIN not really doing too much. I would have thought that maybe that headline had a little bit more staying power. I feel like those are like, you know, everything crypto related is pretty strong right now. SGLB just popped up, pretty light volume. Oh, this is the same thing. Sigma Labs signs agreement with Lockheed Martin. Alright, so second candle, higher volume. Nice to see. Thing is just popping off right now. I'd like to see a bit of a pullback so we can buy in. Be getting bought up pretty well. So I'm gonna buy a few shares here coming up over 6. See if this continues up. See what happens after this 1 minute candle. If the 1 minute candle here closes red. Only holding a few shares. Having a hard time pushing up above 615 right now though. Don't love it. It is getting bought up as it pushes down towards the lows. I want to at least let this put in a red candle and see what the next candle does. Down towards VWAP. See what this candle does. I did not move. Probably gonna take off a few shares here. Not really looking too great. I was hoping we'd get some continuation. It seemed like it was going really strong. Yeah, it just dropped below VWAP. Unfortunate. Got wrecked. This thing dropping like a brick. Alright, sold off the shares. Down like 20 bucks on that. It took 30 shares coming into $6. Since it seemed like the stocks were looking pretty strong today, didn't really want to wait for a full pullback on it, and it had pulled back down to like 580 and was holding above 580. So when it bounced back up through 6, I bought, but it only broke out like an extra 2 cents, and now it's pulled back a ton. Gotta take your shots though. And the other things that popped up, KIN was coming up earlier, but it's pulled back pretty much all of its move too. INVO also pulled back its entire move. So CHEK, CHEK still looking alright though. It just bounced off of $3.65. So it's back up to that high that we were at before. So we'll see if it holds up at this level. Candle volume has been decent. These green candles have been the highest volume, but also the green candles have like really not been moving too much. You know, this is the highest volume candle here in a while, and it moved from 353 to 362. So for a 9-cent move on a 5-minute candle, not super significant. It seems like the red candles are moving significantly better than the green candles, and they're on lighter volume, which is not good. GME, like I said before, kind of just sitting around 275, not really doing too much at the moment. Still holding up really nicely from last week, though, so I definitely think we'll see some movement on it at some point in the next few days. See what it looks like on the daily. Daily, yeah, it's pretty high up at the moment. Yeah, really. So it isn't in a, you know, it's in a bit of a consolidation period on the hourly. So we'll see what happens when it breaks out. You know, it's getting consolidating closer and closer. So the breakout point is probably, you know, upwards of 300 at this point, maybe 295 or something like that. So if it starts coming towards that level, then we'll think about taking a trade on it. CHEK, like I said, it's pulling back again. 5-minute candle on lighter volume, but a bigger move, which is a bad indicator. Not too much else moving. A lot of really solid moves in the first 2 minutes of a stock going up, followed by it just dumping. So we'll be aware of that for the rest of the week, you know, going forward. Wait for a better setup on some of these. At least wait for them to put in like one red candle before we buy into them. And if they look like they're struggling to reach their highs, then we'll sell off pretty quickly. But I've been trying to give the stocks I'm buying into time to run at the moment, just because last week was fairly strong, and this week it seems like we're getting nice follow through on a bunch of these stocks. So trying to give them some time. Didn't really work out for me too well this morning, but readjust the strategy going forward this week. Like I said, Monday is kind of like a feeler day to kind of determine how the market might go for the rest of the week. So I expect to see similar things happening this week. Hopefully we can catch some of these moves. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot going on at the moment, so probably cut the stream here. I got to be somewhere at 9, so go refresh myself, try to wake up a little bit more. And I will see you guys tomorrow, I guess. Happy trading. Hope everything goes well into the open. Hope it goes better